Hey everybody,
Hey
what up?
everyone,
What up? What
hello,
up?
hello, hello. Come in, say hello. This is our live here after what Thanksgiving. How was
Yeah, man.
everybody's Thanksgiving?
Come on in and say hello so we can say
Yes,
hello
say
back to
hello.
you real quick, man. We are excited to be back with you. It's been a little bit, but we are excited to be back
Yes,
in
we were with
the
them last
building.
month.
Yeah. So, man, hello. Hello to everybody that's tuned in. We're going to have a good talk, man. It's the perfect time of the year to have this talk because around this time that we accumulate a little extra debt to start off our new year with
Yeah.
because we out here spending on things. And so we want to kind of have a conversation centered around that.
Yes, hello everybody. I see you guys coming in. Hello, hello, hello. So happy that you could join us. When you come in, share, hit that thumbs up button if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. Hit the like button. But definitely make sure that you all share this. Make sure that you give us a thumbs up. We would like to thank this video sponsor, our partners, Legal and General America, for
sure.
sponsoring this video. If you do not have your term life insurance policy in place, or if you do have term life insurance, but maybe you're underinsured or you need another quote, go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA. You can get a totally free quote. No obligation, you guys, no pressure whatsoever. You can do it right there online. Get the information. Let's be insured before the end of this year is out. I'm sure that's been on a lot of your to-do list, and some of you guys still have not checked that off.
It was
so
to do, but you ain't do it.
So go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA.
What up, Denise and
Thank
Prudence
you, Maria.
and Maria and Muriel?
Aw,
Shout out to y'all,
that
man.
blesses us. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you all. And thank you all so much for sharing. And thank you all for the thumbs up and the likes. We really appreciate it. We're going to be talking about the dangers of being
I
in
hate
debt.
that.
This is going to be a good video.
I hate that so much.
Because there are so many conflicting things out there. You have people telling you, no, there's good debt, no, there's bad debt.
Yes.
Use debt to leverage it to build wealth and all that stuff like that. You guys, we're going to be talking about the dangers of when you do have debt, the dangers of it, and why we believe that you should be living a debt-free life.
Yep.
We do know that there are times when you do have to acquire debt for certain things.
Yeah.
That's not what you hear Talon and I saying.
For sure.
Not to get any type of debt. We use debt to purchase our home. But our mindset is if we do have debt, let's pay it off as well too. And you're going to know why. We're going to be sharing 5 reasons why it's a danger and why it could actually be stopping you from achieving true wealth. All right? True wealth. All right? So come in, hit this thumbs up button. If you're watching us on YouTube, also hit the thumbs up button.
Yeah, we got 5 things we want to give you. 5 dangers, right? But I want to hear from you guys. Have you all come into the mindset, been taught that there's a such thing as good debt and bad debt? Yes or no? My thumb ain't all the way down. Boom. Okay. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Have you been taught and have you come into the mindset that there is a such thing as good debt and bad debt? Rhonda said, hey, the title of this video scared me because I've been a bad girl, but I want to get better.
Well, I'm happy
we all
that
want to get better. Come on.
I'm happy that you're not avoiding the conversation because you're in this live here, this teaching. So to me, that speaks volumes. Give yourself a pat on the back because a lot of people avoid having to talk about their debt or even deal with their debt. They're receiving letters in the mail, they throw them out. They don't even open them. They're receiving phone calls, they don't answer them, they block them. And so you guys, we want you all to make sure that let's deal with it, okay? If it's ours, we sign by that line, dotted line, we should be dealing with it. So thank you all so much for being a part
Let's
of
say
this.
it up front again, just so when people come on and if they say, I got to use that, blah, 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 y'all make sure y'all tell them in the comments, we said that sometimes you got to use that. That's not the point.
And if you're watching this replay, make sure that you type replay. that will also help us too. We love to see our replay viewers. So make sure that you type replay in the comment section.
Debt happens sometimes. We get it. You need debt sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But that don't mean you got to stay in debt.
That's
That
it.
don't mean you got to get comfortable with that.
That's right.
That don't mean you got to be okay with being in debt.
Exactly.
That's what we saying.
That's what we're
So
saying.
when they come on here 5 minutes later talk about, no, you got to have debt. Everybody can't just go buy a house. Like we know.
Y'all, it's exhausting. So we posted a post on our Instagram. Ooh, I don't know.
What's our handle? At His and Her Money.
If
You
you're not
better be
following
following
us,
us on Instagram
follow us.
because we got fire over there that ain't nowhere else.
But over a month ago, we posted, it was a picture of Steve Harvey, and it was like, them, debt is bad, me, and my paid off house.
Yeah.
Y'all, the comment section is hilarious, by the way.
Hilarious.
Because you all can probably tell when we respond who's the one responding, right? I'm sure that y'all can tell. But
the ignorant stuff belongs to me.
not Ty.
The nice pastoral stuff
Belongs to Ty.
That's Ty.
I'm like, did you just say that? But then I actually withdrawn. I'm like, well, this is our platform. You have the right and the prerogative to really speak your heart. And it doesn't mean at all, you all, that you're being cruel, rude, and mean. Sometimes, though, y'all, it's pretty exhausting when you're sitting in our seat and people think that they can check you or they want to tell you about yourself. Stop it. Like, do that on your own platform. Don't come on His and Her Money platform and tell us about ourselves. Like, to me, it's exhausting. But anyway, that was a funny post, just reading the comments alone. I think I went all day, didn't even know that post was out, and I started reading the comments, and I'm like...
It was too late by then.
I'm like cracking up at this point, like...
I had already went in.
Oh my God.
I had time that day.
Oh. But at the same...
It's there, guys. It's still on IG.
But at the same time, I'm like, we need to do a video. We need to talk about this because there are a lot of people that always just want to be like, well, you go ahead, you pay off your debt. I'm going to use my money to apply it towards the stock market and things like that.
Not.
But we're going to be talking about that, how actually it's borrowed money. So that's really what it is. And so for us, we have our own convictions. You have your own. We're going to continue to do what we like to do. You continue to do what you like to do. But please be open-minded. We're definitely open-minded. Yeah. Sure, in the beginning, when we first got married, remember, you're like, we're never paying off our mortgage.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, and to me, it was foreign for anybody to pay off their mortgage until we started to educate ourselves and learn. And we're like, oh, what can we do if we don't have this debt? So that's all we're saying. Have the conversation. So this video is going to be the conversation.
Conversation. All right, guys. Put a 1 in the comments if you're ready for the first. Because we are giving y'all 5 dangers of being in debt. 5 dangers of being in debt. If you're ready for number 1, let me see it in the comments. Number 1. Because it's important that we have this conversation. Because we want people to get uncomfortable with being in debt. We understand that happens, but you don't have to stay there.
That's right.
All right, number 1, debt can cause stress.
Hey, Chris.
I remember well the feeling, the internal feeling of the mounting pressure of all these bills that I had to pay off because I was not on point financially. And so I had credit card debt, car debt, furniture debt, I didn't have student loan. What was it called? What's that thing called? Payday loan.
Payday loans.
Signature loans. I had the forgiveness loan because I had the what you call them things? The charges when you go overdraft fees.
Yeah.
And so they give me a forgiveness loan. I had bills out of my ears.
Yeah.
And it was stressful because I would say, okay, I'm about to get paid this. And then I start subtracting all these doggone debt payments, and my check was basically gone before it hit the bank account.
Now, your story is different from mine. This was prior to marriage.
Yep.
Right? You had all the debt. I didn't have any debt. But however, I know what having debt feels like, and it's still stressful.
Yeah.
When we got our mortgage, even before we learned about the concept of paying off your mortgage, it was still always in the back of my head, back of my mind, like, obligation. I owe somebody something.
Yeah.
My paycheck is not fully all mine.
Yeah.
Like, the money that's in my bank account is not fully all mine. The first of the month, this money got to go. And so stress, even though you don't feel, sometimes you may not necessarily feel the stress from the worry, but your body does.
Yeah.
Who likes stress? None of us. Yeah. Who needs stress? Nobody. Right? And stress is really the one of the underlying causes of disease. And so if you eliminate the debt, do you know how much your life is going to improve just by eliminating stress, we're here to tell you it's amazing. We're here to tell you that your body does feel it. And so stress, that's definitely a danger.
Put that in the comments. Debt can cause stress. Here's the thing.
No,
Let's talk
debt
about,
will cause stress.
Yeah, it does. It will. It shall.
Yeah.
Okay. How about who out there avoiding phone calls? Who checking the call ID? Like, I don't know this number. It might be them. It might be them people. Come on. Who's scared to open them letters from them people? That is stressful.
And let's talk about the reality of it, you guys. Like, this is a serious conversation. There are people that are deciding to end their lives because of this stress, because of debt, because they feel like they're swallowing it so much that they will never get out. That's serious to me. This is why we have to have the conversations, right? There are legacies that are not being fruitful. Because regardless, you're going to leave a legacy. Regardless, it's happening. And I think sometimes people equate the word legacy to wealth. No. You can actually pass down poverty and worry and stress and things like that. So regardless, you're leaving a legacy. But think about some of the fruitless legacies that are being left behind. It's not bearing any fruit whatsoever. It's stress, you guys. Like, nothing good comes out of having debt, right? And again, if you're coming in here late, Talent and I are not saying that you do not need debt for certain things. We believe if you don't have the money to buy a house in cash, like we did not, we ended up getting a mortgage. However, the bank wanted to give us so much more money than we wanted to use. We're like, no, thank you. You're telling us that we can buy more house. We don't want that. We don't want to like stretch ourselves. We don't want to over leverage ourselves. No, thank you. We'll keep it in this dollar amount. And that's what we did to minimize as much debt as possible. So danger, number one, again, this is in no particular order. It will cause stress.
And we can be creative when our back is against the wall. We get creative and we learn how to survive. Now, that's fine and well, but is that what you want to pass down? Do you want to pass down how to survive?
Come on.
Or do you want to pass down how to thrive? Like, if your kids spend 18 years under your care watching you just survive,
right,
then that's all they know how to do when they leave is go survive.
Yep.
And you passed on
and
the same stress.
Boy, I think we all know people that are surviving and leaving that type of generational survival shit. I love what Milan said. As a psychologist, I can signify that debt and poverty are a lethal, oh my gosh, she's right, lethal combination for the human psyche. It is. Yeah. A lot of people are depressed. They're mentally unhealthy because of money problems. So you all, it's deeper than you realize. And you don't even, if you're a parent, you don't even realize that it's also affecting your children. Yeah. How many of you all remember, you either remember growing up, either having enough, having just what you needed, or not having anything at all? It all revolved around money. Like growing up, I would hear my parents tell me, my father came from a family of 8 children. My mother came from a family of 6 children. And I would hear the stories all the time. My father would tell me all the siblings will fight over my grandfather's plate after he got finished eating. Off of the bones. He would leave bones on the plate after he ate his chicken or whatever, and they were fighting over it. He would tell me the stories of how they had to drink sugar water sometimes just to fill their stomachs before they went to bed, right? So all of this had to do, or all of this is around money. And so I remember growing up, my parents didn't necessarily teach me about money, but their actions spoke louder than words. I remember we didn't go out to eat a lot at all. Anytime we did, it was like a birthday. It was exciting times. Yeah. My parents shopped at the thrift store. Nothing is wrong with that. I grew up around my parents literally going to work. It was 5 children. We had everything we needed, but it was all around money as well too, right? And so your children are impacted by your debt.
Facts.
They are.
If you haven't shared this yet, you're not a good friend, by the way.
Share.
So, number 2. Are y'all ready for number 2? The second reason, or the second danger, I should say, of debt. Debt subtracts from your net worth. Debt subtracts from your net worth. What is net worth, Talent? I'm glad you asked. Net worth is when you look at everything that you own, your assets. That could be a house, that could be a car, that could be jewelry, That can be investments. But then you subtract everything that you owe. So everything you own minus everything that you owe gives you your net worth. And the more you have to subtract, what does that do? Brings down your net worth. Bring down your ability to pass positive cash flow, positive inheritance to the next generation.
And let me just say this. True wealth, I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're a billionaire. I don't even care if you're a six-figure. I don't care how much money you make. The only way that wealth is really defined is by looking at your net worth. That's it. It's not about how much money you just have in one bank account. It's not about, oh, I get paid this amount for my job every year. My salary is X, Y, and Z. The bottom line is your net worth. That's your assets and your liabilities.
Word.
Right? And so this is why it's so important that you all understand this. Anytime you have debt, it's not helping your net worth. It's actually subtracting from it because it is an obligation. It's a liability. Who wants a positive net worth? I do.
I'll take that.
Who wants a negative net worth?
I'll pass.
I'll pass. Right? And so this is why you have to be looking at your debt.
Man, it's so dangerous because you want to create generational wealth. You want to give the next generation what you didn't have because you want to create a ladder.
Yep.
You want the generations to come to level up. You don't want them to level down, and you also don't want them to stay at the current level that you're at. Everybody should be trying to elevate the next generation, and debt is holding you back from doing
That's
it.
right. And speaking of generational wealth, and speaking of elevating the next generation, one great way to do that is by having life insurance.
True, indeed.
The wealthy pass down life insurance policies, okay? And if you don't have a life insurance policy, and we're speaking of a term life insurance,
That's
it's the
the only thing
only
we
insurance
talking
that you will hear us talk about, then you need to check out our partner, Legal and General America. Go to hisandhermoney.com/LGA. That should be a part of everybody's financial plan. Everybody who is trying to make an impact in their financial life, in their financial journey, should have life insurance. And you should make sure that you have the proper amount of life insurance. We recommend 7 to 10 times your annual salary. Okay? We do understand that sometimes people can't even get that. Maybe the premium for 7 to 10 times your annual salary might be a little bit out of your range right now. Okay, what can you do? Okay, that's why this is so important. So get a free quote by going to hisandhermoney.com/LJ. The link's on the screen, also in the description box below. And when you get your quote, again, you can ask for those numbers to fluctuate. You can say, okay, well, how much is a 20-year term? How much is a 30-year? How much is a 40-year? You get to choose, but make sure that you have your term life insurance policy in place. You're doing it for your family. Legacy. All right?
Word up. So let's get to number 3. We are now to danger number 3 of being in debt. And that is going into debt is easy. Getting out of debt is difficult. They make
that is a whole word.
Ridiculously easy.
So easy.
To slide up in there and get the debt.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's like pulling teeth to come on up out of it.
That is so true. You can't go anywhere now without them asking you, would you put this on such and such credit card? Like they're just assuming that you have it.
You can save 10% if you get
but
the
they're assuming
card.
They have to assume that you have it. So then when you say, no, thank you, or I don't have it, that's when they hit you with the pitch. Y'all, I'm like trying to catch a flight a few weeks ago, and I could see this guy on the side of me at the table, and I'm just thinking to myself, please don't stop me, please don't stop me, please don't stop me, please don't stop me. I got a flight to catch, I got a flight. And y'all, as soon as I literally walked past him just slightly, hey, do you want an extra 40, 50,000 miles? I'm like, no, thank you, sir. And then when I came back to go use the restroom, which was where he was, in a prime location, everybody has to use the restroom before their flight leaves.
You're going to the bathroom at the airport,
right?
Okay?
You're going. And he's literally right in between the male and the female bathroom. I'm like, this is a great location. You're probably paying a premium just to be right here in the airport, right, in this location. And I saw a gentleman actually asking questions, and he was holding the flyer, and I wanted to say so bad,
run!
Don't do it! I want to say danger! And I'm just like, oh, it was like my heart was pounding, and it was like I wanted to rescue him. Why? Because when you know better, you do better.
That's it.
And so it's easy to get in debt. They'll tell you, oh, here's extra 50,000 miles. And we're not even against credit cards. Guess who got credit cards? We do.
We do.
Right?
We ain't got debt though.
That's right. We pay them off every single month. We never allow the balances to go from month to month. So we're not paying any interest whatsoever. And we do utilize it for our benefit. So you're not hearing us say, don't get credit card. But the average person that gets a credit card, they don't pay it off. They have intentions to pay it off, but then life happens. And what do? Oh, I got that credit card. Oh, this is an emergency. Oh, I got that credit card. And before you know it, you're in tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt. So it's easy to get in debt.
Easy.
But it's more difficult to
Them
climb
payday
your
loans
way
is
out of
easy
it.
to get.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Them car loans is easy to get. They stretch it out 60, 72 months now.
Yep.
You can get in.
Ooh, I'm so happy
Uh-oh.
Ernestine said this.
What happened?
She's right about this. The Klarna, the pay later schemes. Oh, everybody has. What's some of the names? She's mentioning one of the names, but it's some other names. I forgot. Everybody now does it. You can buy jewelry and pay for it later. Right? You can buy hair and pay for it later. Like everybody has these pay later schemes, and you're right. It drives me up a wall because I'm like, you're just encouraging people to go in debt, just to consume things and then have to pay for it later and may not be able to pay for it later.
Shout out. We got a super chat from
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Milan. I'm trying to figure out how to put it on.
Here it is, add to
There you
broadcast.
go.
Thank you so much. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Milan.
it, you guys. Every time you all support this channel by either going to any of our partners or sending us a super chat such as Milan did, it goes a long way. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
She said that getting out of debt without guidance, especially as a couple, 100%, it's like climbing Mount
Oh
Everest
my
alone.
gosh. Absolutely.
We're trying to tell the people.
I think climbing Mount Everest is probably easier.
Oh!
You're absolutely right.
So they're naming all the things now. Afterpay.
Yep,
Affirm.
that's what it is. Afterpay. Affirm. That's what it is. Affirm. Yes. Y'all stay away from it. They're buying makeup. You can buy makeup and put it on Affirm and pay. Stay away from it. It's not helping you whatsoever. It's causing you. Remember, that is a danger of.
It's easy to get into, hard to get out.
That's right.
All right, you ready for number 4?
Awesome.
Number 4.
Congrats. At 37.
What I missed? You guys are great. I will be following in your footsteps to be mortgage free in 18 months time. Hopefully at 37 years old. That's what I'm talking about.
It's an amazing feeling.
It is so.
I love it. You're going to love it. I absolutely.
It is so. It's
yes,
me.
we're proud of you.
All right, number 4 is this, okay? The fourth danger of debt is debt restricts your freedom. How many of us drive to jobs every morning because of the amount of payments that our last name is attached to? Mm-hmm. I don't even like the job no more, but it pays enough for me to keep up with these payments. So now I'm in this job that I may or may not like. I may like it, but even if I do like it, I don't like the fact that my paycheck belongs to 5, 6, 7, 8 companies that my last name is attached to. I don't like that I have to give so much of the money that I work so hard for away, and that I can't use it to do the things that I want to do. Mm-hmm. That's what we mean by debt restricts your freedom. So even if you're able to keep up with the payments, are you able to live the life that you want to live? Are you able to go on the trips that you want to without acquiring more debt? Are you able to attempt the businesses, involve yourself in the ministries? Are you able to invest in the opportunities that you want to? Do you have the freedom to do those things in the manner that you want to? Or are you restricted by the amount of money that you have to send out to creditors every single month? Your freedom is being restricted.
Your freedom, and for some people, it's even the freedom over their own body.
Uh-oh.
I'm not even going to go into detail. You all know what I'm referring to. Talon and I are not at all. We don't get into politics or stuff. What you should be doing with your body. Get this. If you don't get it, get that. No. But we do know that there are people that are literally having to make decisions that they don't want to make, but they have to because they have to keep their jobs. Because guess what? They have debt that they have to pay. They have obligations, right? And so, y'all, it's bigger than just saying, oh, I can't go on a vacation. I got to tell my girlfriends, no, I can't go on the girl trip because no, it's bigger than that now. Like, it's literally people's own bodies. They can't even make a decision for their own bodies because they have to abide by laws or rules for corporations. That's how deep it is, right? That's how deep it is. I can even give you another one. Thank God that we were able to keep our children home. We kept them home for 18 months. We had the ability and the flexibility to be able to do it. My heart went out to parents that did not have the option. Like, some of them didn't even want to send their kids back, but they had to because they had to go to work. So you're not hearing us say jobs are bad. Matter of fact, we believe that there are people that are called to that.
Most people.
Most people are called to that, right?
Don't let these internet folks
What you
fool
hear us saying is freedom, having the choice to say, I want to go here or I don't want to go there. That's what we're speaking of, freedom. And so debt limits your freedom. That's what you have to see. It limits your ability to choose what's best for you and your family.
Real quick, everybody, just for a second, no, for 5 seconds, allow yourself to imagine life without debt. What would you do if you didn't have to send that car payment? What would you do differently if you didn't have to send that student loan payment? What would you do differently if you didn't have to send that credit card payment? What would you do differently? How would you feel differently if those payments weren't coming out of your check that you worked so hard for? How would that feel? Allow yourself to feel it. We did this. This was the exercise we did.
Yep.
It started with imagining what the other side would feel like.
It scares me to go back into debt. And believe it or not, you guys, we have the same conversations that you do, right? We have endeavors to build a real estate portfolio and things like that. So we do know that we're going to have to probably, our choice is to leverage some debt. But we also have a part of our debt payoff plan is we're not keeping debt. So you can use it, but you better have a plan
to get out of it.
Right? And so our idea is not to be like, oh, let's leverage ourselves to the point where we're maxed out everywhere, use other people's money. No, that stresses me out. I'm sorry, because when I know when it's all said and done, I'm responsible for it. Right? No, thank you. I like the way freedom feels a lot better. So that actually causes our conversations. We love the freedom. So we're like, okay, what's the payoff plan for that? How many years do you think that we can get that paid off? What are we going to say no to in order so we can get that paid off? What are some extra ways that we can make some extra income in order for that to be paid off? These are the conversations that we're having because we love freedom.
5. This is the last one, guys. Debt steals from your future.
That's a choice right there.
Okay.
I love that. That was freedom. Trini Britt US says, I was able to resign from my job and stay home with my kids during the pandemic. That's freedom. She wanted to make that choice to be able to stay home with her kid. That's freedom. Right? And so that's what we mean when we tell you all freedom.
So again, number 5 is your debt is stealing from your future.
Yep.
You're not able to think about the future because you're so caught up in the present. And you're so caught up in the present because you're still paying for the past.
Man.
So you have no ability to visualize
I can tell you're a pastor.
the future.
Say that again. That was like,
woman of God, I'm trying to have a
that
serious
should
conversation
be like
here.
on a tweet, on a graphic, on a shirt, like maybe even a book. I love it.
You have no ability
That's so good.
to visualize the future because you're so stuck in the present because the presently, you're paying for the past. You ain't got no vision for the future. You can't go buy that property.
It's hard for you to literally have that.
You barely got enough to put in stocks. I ain't got time, or crypto or whatever your thing is, because you paying for the past, and the past is stealing from your future.
Yep.
Somebody asked earlier, if I'm in debt, man, how can I teach my kids
By showing
about it? By showing them the journey.
Actions speak louder than words.
That's the future. You show them.
Man.
This is how I got here. This is how we gonna get out because I want better for you.
Yep.
And that is a way that you impart a seed into the future because you're helping them see that debt is dangerous because it steals from your future. Don't you want to think about the? I don't get it. How have you been? How has our society, our consumerist society, lulled you to sleep in such a way that all you do is worry about today? All you can think about, all you have room for is what's directly in front of you.
Man.
You can't even think about 2022. You trying to get through 2021.
Yep.
Because our debt is on our back, and they make it so easy for us to consume it, and they make it so easy for us to stay there. That's why you go to Carlisle and get 72 months.
Yep.
They want to make it fit your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Keep you stuck right here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to have a future.
And speaking of your children, just like this past weekend, we took our kids to the show day after Thanksgiving.
AKA movies. That's just a Chicago word for movies.
Okay, sorry. Theater? Y'all call it theater?
Like movies.
Maybe? Okay, movie theater.
We say show in Chicago.
Movie theater. And it's easy when you're spending mommy and daddy's money, right? When you're spending other people's money, they make it easy. You could just literally pick out whatever you want. I want popcorn candy, cotton candy. I want the big drink, all of that stuff. Well, I told our kids this weekend, I said, guess what, you guys? Each one of you, here's $10, here's $10, here's $10. You get to decide what you would like to buy.
Yeah.
My son was like, wait, we got to spend our money? Oh, you thought you were going to spend mommy and daddy's money? We bought the tickets, right? And usually when we go to the movie theater, we're buying, right? But it's like I had an aha, no, this is a teachable moment as well, too. Manage your money. And so we do this even with our children. The oldest is 11. Then we have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old. And so we're teaching them not to just be reliant on other people's money, but budget and manage your money. So we go to the show. Our son is the only one. He got something to drink. I said, you don't want any popcorn? No, I'm good, Mom. Really? Well, I'm trying to show him literally like you can get this pack, you can get the popcorn, you can get the drink. No, he was good. The girls, they spent their money. And let me tell you, they actually enjoyed it. The girls like, Mom, that was fun. It was fun. They were trying to figure out, okay, how much money I have, what all can I get? Our son, y'all, sat there in that movie theater drinking that drink.
The biggest one he could get.
The biggest one he can get. My sister comes to me and she was like, can Manny have some popcorn? I got some popcorn. I'm not going to eat it all. I said, yeah. He just said he didn't want any popcorn. Y'all, next thing I know, I walked by our son. He got this big, huge tub. I mean, tearing up the popcorn.
Auntie came through.
Worked out. So I guess he was like, I ain't got to spend my money. Mom is going to crack. Daddy's going to crack. No, we didn't crack. But Auntie cracked.
Auntie came through.
Exactly, and came through. But still, it was still a money lesson. So you could teach your children in ways like that as well, too. Give them real life examples, right? And I must say, they also had to make sure that they did tithes and offering as well as save money before they can spend it. So use opportunities like that to teach your children now, because if your children are just relying on mama and daddy got it, I'm telling you, that's a mentality that is not preparing them for the real world at all.
We got a super chat. We got a shout out.
Wow, thank you so much.
Let's see. ASAP the Thriller said,
Oh, I love that.
Y'all are serving vegetables.
Wow.
And y'all know many people hate to
eating
eat their
their veggies. You are so correct. Thank you so much.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you. We appreciate
True
you guys,
story,
all
though.
the love and the gifts.
The vegetables are good for you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yo, man, so we hope that this was helpful. We gave y'all 5 dangers of being in debt. We're not here to...
Who said that's Ty's son, Saber? I don't know. Who said that?
That's somebody in the group.
That's in the group?
Yeah, that's why we can't see their name.
That's in our pro group. If
But
y'all not...
we...
Oh, that's Equan, yes. Our pro members. If y'all not a part of His or Her Money Pro, y'all missing out. Go to hisorhermoneypro.com. All right, and join our mentorship
We just
program.
went live in there right before this.
Yep.
Exclusive stuff. Stop it.
Yep.
Y'all wish it. Come on in. Y'all talking. I mean, y'all giving y'all money to these people that ain't helping you.
Ooh.
You might as well come on and invest and get some knowledge that will.
That's right.
Stop letting all this debt steal from your future. Come help us and come let us help you build a future.
That's right.
hisandhermoneypro.com. But yeah, man, we not anti. We understand.
Nope.
That is a thing.
It is.
But you don't got to stay there.
Yep.
You don't have to get comfortable there. You don't have to live your life there.
That's right.
That's all we got for this time, guys.
Oh, and we didn't touch on the fact of the point of the matter is borrowed money. So a lot of times when you hear people say, "Oh, well, no, I use my debt to buy my house and do all that stuff like that, and use my other money, whatnot, to invest in the stock market."
They don't. They're
but
not.
you're still borrowing money. So you're putting it over here, but you still have interest here that you're paying for debt. To me, that doesn't make sense. My mind will tell me, even math will tell me,
Because you're good at math.
right, that, oh, it makes sense to increase my net worth by paying off my debt. So therefore, guess what we did, y'all, when we paid off our mortgage? Oh, if you don't know, we actually released a 3-year mortgage-free update on our YouTube
So
channel.
we don't have any debt.
So go
By
and
the grace
watch
of
that
God.
update. It was a great video, if I might add myself, and save that video for times where you are going to get tempted. Say, no, I got to go back and watch Tiny Tyler's video.
YouTube.com/his and her money.
His or her money. So I think it was like our latest video or a couple of videos down. You'll see it, our 3-year mortgage update. And now that we don't have a mortgage, y'all, we could do whatever we want with our money. Like, we're investing, we're doing so much with our money that we get to do, and we're also able to be a blessing and give.
We're starting a church.
Right? We're starting a
My
church.
gosh. Let me
My
tell you
goodness.
something. It costs money to start a church, y'all.
Did you hear me?
In case you didn't know.
Woo! My gosh. Yes, for sure.
My gosh.
Thank y'all so much for the love. We appreciate it.
We hope we helped y'all in some way. Whether it's a paradigm shift, it's going to cause you to
Yes.
take action. That's really all we want to do,
That's
man.
it.
We want to help y'all get to the place of freedom. Dominion is what we call it. Our
That's it.
tagline is take
Take
dominion
dominion.
over your money and your life. It's got to be taken. Dominion isn't handed out. God told us to take it.
Sure
He didn't
did.
say here. He said take it.
Sure did.
You got to go take dominion.
That's right.
Yo. So we hope that was helpful. If it was, give us a thumbs up.
And share this.
Share
And if you're
this
watching
thing,
replay,
man. Be a good friend.
let us know. Type replay in the comment
And
section.
share this so your people can get helped as well. That's all we got for this
Appreciate
time, guys.
y'all.
Until next time. Peace.
Bye, y'all.